All right, today's episode of Let's Just Be Wizard is sponsored by
Old Man in a Cape.com.
Let's all be wizards and fly around in the sky. Let's all be wizards, immortal we could never die. Let's cast some spells with all of our dear friends. Let's all be wizards, the magic it would never end. And we'll fly so high in the sky. Fly so high in the sky. Fly so high in the sky. Right into the night.
Hello and welcome to Let's Just Be Wizards, a bi-weekly podcast that delves into the dark arts in order to answer the age-old question, can I be a wizard? I'm your host, Adam, and to my left hand is...
Night at the Crossroads, Max Lehman.
And the wizard himself, Drew Cox.
Diamond Drew Cox, right?
Indeed.
Diamond Drew in
Diamond
the flesh.
Some call me Diamond Drew. This is true.
Nice. Through the course of this podcast, we will attempt to cast spells, heal the earth, bless our friends, and everything else under the moon. So strap in for a show that will protect you from all forms of malevolent spiritual attacks. This week on Wizards, it's white magic. All right, so how's your week been, Max?
Oh, it's been pretty good. Been doing a little wizardly stuff.
Yeah, you were telling me when we were talking outside about a new form of magic you were creating.
I'm creating like
A new practice, I should say.
it's you gotta define as a magician your idea of magic, and I think magic through actions is quite potentially overlooked.
What do you mean? You want to have action when you're doing magic, right?
Yeah, like if do a dance or get yourself kind of in a huff.
Yeah, I did that this weekend. Well, not this weekend, but last week.
Yeah, or like have your altar, your dagger, candles, and all that.
Is any part of it, would you consider it white magic? Because that's the topic for tonight.
I think white magic. First thing I thought about it, honestly, was all those Final Fantasy games I played, and as like
And
the
you
healer,
need those powers. You can't have a good crew
the
without
whole
a
healer
white
type
mage.
of thing. Instead of it's like two opposites, destruction and creation, that type of stuff.
I mean, you do want a black mage too, but the white mage.
White mages.
If you don't have someone who
keep
can
the
heal
party
your
alive.
party, yeah.
White mages keep the party alive. Black mages deal massive damage.
That would be a great shirt. White mages keep the party alive.
That's not bad. That's good. Sell that
Yeah.
at a con.
Let's
That is
let's
good.
let's get on
That
that right
is
away,
really
guys.
good.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, so trademark. Let's just be
TM,
wizards.
let's just be
Trademark TM
Anyways,
I see. Yeah.
copyright.
so what about you, Andrew?
Well,
Diamond Drew Cox?
by sleeping on a bed of coins, I was able to channel several nice sets of headphones for free.
You got the Beats audio.
I got a
and what does
beat.
Max
I got
got?
some Logitechs here.
That sounds
Those are
that sounds like
Max's.
white magic to me. I got the
Cloud Nines there.
I got the razors
I
here.
got those.
Oh, okay.
I've channeled those, and also we'll see how things go in Burlingame.
Yeah, what kind of actions do you have to take to channel your magic? Typically, if you don't mind revealing it.
Well, for one, I slept on a bed of coins, some placement of figurines.
I heard you say that.
And aromatherapy was another one.
Yeah, the essential oils that you burn in your makeshift cauldron over there.
Yes. Well, as you can see, I've reconfigured.
Oh,
the
wow, it
cauldron
looks really
Yeah,
nice.
I didn't know there was a cauldron.
Since you
in
were
the
last over here, I did reconfigure that one.
It's going to look like Santeria level, and that's
It's,
like a compliment, because
Well, I'm
they
working
know how
on
to
it.
do an altar.
That
Well-
is definitely real magic. Yeah.
I'm working on it. Those ponies don't place themselves.
It's a feng shui being
A little
altar.
bit. A brony-mancer, yes.
Yeah. Man, you really got to publish something about how to do brony magic or brony-mancy.
I think that's what got the inspector killed.
Which inspector?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Sorry. All right, so let's get on to the news.
Oh, yes. Well, apparently, according to NME, the online publication, witchcraft is the new feminism. And this
is the new musical express.
Well,
the
this
British.
is pretty much Rolling Stone of our time.
It's wearing feathers and silk.
So if you really
It's
know
like what
it
Spin
feels
used
like
to
be on the cover of Spin magazine.
Yeah.
But anyway, apparently this all started with the story we last covered about Lana Del Rey being open about trying to create massive magic against the president.
Yeah. Well, participating in that. Well, weren't they doing just a binding spell on Donald Trump?
Yeah, I believe that's what it was. But apparently this is now the most honest expression of feminism any person can ever do is expressing themselves through witchcraft.
What's the name of this article?
This is Witchcraft is the New Feminism.
Well, that's pretty
on
to the
NME.
point.
Yeah, pretty to the point.
Pretty badass.
And, but this I think bounces nicely to our next article.
What
which
was that
gives,
picture though on the
which gives a
witchcraft
a nice
is
kind
feminism?
of,
What was the picture there? It was someone on a pentagram.
I didn't notice
The article.
Lana Del Rey?
Yeah, was it someone
Was that
famous?
her?
I honestly don't know what she looks like.
I have no idea. God. I usually ignore the photos on articles like that. It's usually clickbait.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, apparently witchcraft is also, speaking of new feminism,
And this comes from which website?
Something extremely bizarre.
Refinery 29.
Refinery 29. Well, apparently, witchcraft is getting a Pinterest-style rebranding as self-care
Oh, I've seen
for dark times.
I've gone to Pinterest to look up different spells for the show. Sometimes
Yeah,
they have them.
and do
With
they
nice
have good?
pictures
They
and-
have good pictures.
Oh, it's
and
great,
Isn't
yeah.
Pinterest great? Well, Pinterest was just for the Goyles originally.
That's kind of how it felt like because I
did you
learned
know
about
that?
Pinterest. When I was working
Mhm.
at a school.
No, it used to be it was only like you had to be a girl to sign up for Pinterest. You couldn't no men. That was the deal with Pinterest originally.
Really?
You don't want to mess up
Yes,
your
sir.
chicks and dicks.
That's right. No boys allowed. That was the whole Pinterest thing in the beginning.
It kind of felt like that, but it wasn't because it's just certain
Because they were like, we don't
demographics need
we
to
don't
know
want a
different
bunch of
crafts
cars
and-
we don't want a bunch of pictures of cars on here. They're just going to come around here with their pictures of cars.
Well, now that is a thing. I'm sure on Pinterest now, right?
because they let guys go on there.
Well, what
But
if
it's
it's
not
a,
like they blocked. You can't block.
what if it's a
gender
dame?
from going
a
on.
dame
They
No,
might
they
posing on a
found
car.
that was true, but they used to be to spring up interest in something was to create exclusivity.
Yeah, so they might have marketed it to a different demographic.
That's one way to do it. Like Facebook, you used to have to be on a college server.
I
to
know.
get
I was
on there.
thinking about that. How strange
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah, so this is not that unheard of.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, there's lots of cool spells on there.
But anyway, yeah, this new branding, this is self-care for dark times. So pretty much as far as this,
I've heard
show
that
is
word a lot
concerned,
lately, self-care. So
Yeah, I think that falls into like
Or
the kind
self-love.
of deal where we were working just now.
mhm.
Yeah, like hey, you got that thing where you need to do those things to make the thing so it doesn't suck when you're going to work and stuff. And then everyone's like, yay, it all worked out. And no one spent any more money on gas than they were supposed to.
Mhm.
I think that's what everyone's talking about when they mean that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Self-care.
Just using do deodorant.
Yeah, getting powder. Well, showering, enjoying yourself and showering, I guess.
Yeah, getting your nails done.
Well, I guess when you're casting a spell that requires your nails to be done.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Better
Well,
get them done.
Yeah, so it's marketed as a new self-care. I don't get what I don't know.
The news relevance of this?
No, I do. I get that it's
Slow news week, man. Come on.
okay. We'll just take it as that.
Well, let me.
Because these are both,
let's,
observations on the growing trend, which is witchcraft lately. So it's like we are victim to.
However, it would appear that we have.
Shout outs to the OGs.
We have been a
real
little bit ahead of the bell
wizards.
curve on this one.
Adam, I do sort of agree, but it is a endearing conversation to think of, what people modernly think of as white magic.
Here's the thing. What I have this, and I will share.
Yeah,
I will
no,
share an
it's
observation with you right now. What I have this week, as opposed to most other weeks,
It involves celebrities
hold
in
on.
other weeks.
Which other weeks are either celebrity gossip pieces or horrible stories about someone who got
beheaded for being
who got
a witch.
tribally executed in another country.
That's true.
So
is a good thing.
right now, what we have is the story about how a cultural shift is taking place in perception of witchcraft, which for God, for Satan, for all cosmic, the moon goddess, and all these other things that we're not really sure we're talking to her about, all the spirits, any of them. Okay, let's just think all those things that right now we have a story about how. Oh, look! A perception shift is taking place. This is a good thing.
A paradigm shift.
And not to say that it's widespread at this point in any given sense, but I'm here to cover these things. I'm here to cover when any news outlet tends to mention anything related to
Especially, what is this
this. Especially
website?
whatever website this is.
No, come on, try and pronounce
I don't know
it.
what is it. It
And
is
the thing is, with news and
refinery29.com.
Oh, yeah.
modern news especially, I mean, that's witchcraft. They're putting eyes all over the world through like a lens of the writer and producer, like news
They're
programs.
conjuring images.
Your
to
60 minutes of news.
mind to yeah. Well, just about anything, I guess, is witchcraft. No. But we're talking about our topic this week is white magic. So, what is white magic to you? And by that I mean, what is it officially to everyone?
Is that slathering yourself with coconut oil and burning white candles instead of black ones or green ones?
Yes, a lot of that is true.
Okay, good.
You don't want to burn, I guess, white candles are clutch. And you know what's the good thing about white candles, for magic? They're a lot easier to find.
Yeah.
If you go to like a Walgreens or a Target. Yeah.
I try to go to a witching store, although I probably don't go through candles as much. I kind of practice in darkness sometimes.
Yeah, well, they probably have the pure magic candles, it's just already charged for you. How do you think they charge those candles with magic?
I just charge them
The regular
by
way?
stealing from third world countries.
Oh, man.
I'm just joking with you, man.
Oh, Max, that's a lot to unpack, man. Come on.
I'm just fucking around.
Really?
It's kind of I unloaded a whopper on you guys. Yeah.
It's all right.
I don't know, man. I think
I'm gonna edit it out.
Yeah, I think we need to cut that line.
So yeah, it's as opposed to black magic, which is a lot more self-centered, I guess you could say. White magic is more about spreading the love so that it will come back to you.
Okay.
You down with that?
So it's
I'm all
earth.
right.
It's earth magic.
Earth,
kinda
yeah,
like
and
that.
it involves lots of geomancy
Lots
elements.
of deities and goddesses and the such.
Yeah, and we'll get into that with the history and try and break down, how this whole thing started. But I think you could just imagine how something like this started. It's like, I don't want to be a devil worshiper or a spellcaster of evil. I want to be someone who's taking care of Mother Nature and our
I'll
friends.
I want to keep all my cool powers, but just be the
But
biggest Lebowski I can
Do
be
it
at
within the
same
realm of
time.
society.
Yeah, there's that Amish form of white magic that they do where they can do healing and all this stuff. Have you heard about that? Amish witches?
They make cabinets and stuff.
No, these are people that I
They
guess
do like a
from
lay on
certain,
hands type thing.
Like they had something. Yeah, like a lay on hands. Like that's what they do. Yeah. How do you know about this?
I know about like
Amish witchcraft.
some. All right, you got to kind of zoom out to like society's view as like Halloween type stuff. But it, that Halloween is during a harvest festival, so that it goes back to shamanism and like a holy man or woman in a village would work miracles.
This magic is embedded in us.
Yeah.
It's ancient.
There was all in every freaking village. There was someone doing this like a couple thousand years ago.
Doing that. What's that surgery where they pretend to put their hand actually in
Sleight of hand cancer thing.
No, I mean, is that what they're doing? No, but like in certain countries where they give the illusion.
Yeah. It's just,
Or they're
Andy
pulling out
Kaufman.
someone's.
Yeah.
Andy
Andy
Kaufman.
Kaufman.
Yeah.
Andy Kaufman got one. It's the sleight of hand pulling the tumor out.
Is
thing.
it?
He's just
Or are
pulling
they
out of
just
like a
actually
piece of
doing
plastic.
this
He's just-
to
no,
come
no,
up
no,
with
they
He
it?
had
got
a
a
bead
little-
of plastic in his hand, and he pulled it out of there. So it looked like he was pulling it out of him.
It's pretty simple. You just palm a little like glob of fat with some blood pouch on it, and you just pop it when you pull
Yeah, you
the
could-
hand away from him. And here's the thing: you're really gouging the person really hard with your hand,
So it feels
so
like
like they don't want to look
Yeah.
anyway. And they look down and they see the blood packet splurt, and they look away immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
that's
then-
all a sleight of hand.
And then
trick.
there's no wound,
Guys.
maybe a tiny bruise.
Right, there's a bruise from where he's been poking at you.
Oh,
for
that
the
makes me
past
feel
minute.
nauseous just thinking about it. I don't
Well,
know
there
why.
you go.
Ugh.
Kind of real Cockney type witchcraft.
It's
Yeah.
like a traveling medicine show kind of deal.
Like an old crow medicine show.
No, not like that.
Well, okay.
Where do you
Snake-
go with
the
that?
snake oil guy?
Where do you go with that? Good question. So yeah, why don't we just? So, anyways, this is my opinion, and I think that lately, I've been feeling the white magic a lot more than the dark magic and stuff that been
Maybe
up to
we
in the
had been
past.
kind
we
of.
had been maybe we had. I haven't been up to any dark magic,
No, I didn't.
but yeah.
Man.
But I
I've been
feel
a
so
little bit.
good about this because this show's been delayed because I've been feeling just sick and just I don't know, just so messed up.
Like dark magic can be viewed, to me at least, as empowerment, and then white magic is enrichment of like people around you.
Yeah, it's cool because it's like it's taking a different turn. They call it
Sometimes ego and morals get in the way, but I'm not out to do any like sacrificial shit. Yeah, fuck that.
Well, yeah,
Fuck the whole Manson thing.
okay, that too. You're gonna throw Manson under the bus, Max?
Sorry,
Yeah,
man.
he
I'm
did,
sorry,
like-
Manson.
Look at it. He's rotting away in
I'm
jail
gonna- I'm
just
gonna
because he
send
made
you
a
a cookie.
mistake. Maybe
Manson-
allegedly.
He did some.
Manson, I'm gonna send you
What?
a cookie.
Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say he made some tapes that I guess no one ever heard.
Oh, there was this book I heard about that sounds so cool called Their Last Victim or His Last Victim. And it's a book about this guy who in college wrote to all these different serial killers,
Mm-hmm.
like
Zodiac included.
Gacy and I don't know. Is he in jail?
I don't know if they
Did
ever
they
caught
catch him?
They might have in the
I
last
should
couple
know
of
this.
years.
Someone's probably like screaming out, "Yes!" or
No, that's
no,
not him.
or I don't know. Or it's my uncle. God.
You know what? No one's doing any of that. They're going like, I'm going to look that up right now. And because they're not trying to think of the next thing to say on this show, they have the time to Google it and look at it and feel like they know more stuff than we do. But that doesn't have anything to
Anyways,
do with
yeah,
the topic
he writes
of
to
white
them as
magic. Yeah.
I'm sorry, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it sounds like a cool thing because he wrote to them all, and he tried to write as. Like, he'd try to look at what their perfect victim would be, and he would try to write as that victim.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
Anyways, I don't know. It sounded cool. Someone might be interested in that.
All right, so our perfect listener, please write us a letter in the form of our perfect listener. Let us know what you think we want you to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us the pros.
Tell us everything there is to know about what you think we want our perfect listener to be. If anyone out there is listening, this is a listener challenge. Write us as our perfect listener.
That's care of.
Tell us exact right.
Let's just be wizards at gmail.com.
Let's just be wizards at gmail.com. Take care of perfect listener.
Perfect listener in all caps.
Let's just be wizards at gmail.com.
All right, so Max, why don't you go into the history of this?
So,
How far back does it go?
it goes back actually up to, as I know, 40,000 years. Venus figurines and Paleolithic religions, animal worship, hunting, that type of stuff.
Uh-huh. How
And,
old is that? Do you know? What's Paleolithic?
Paleolithic is, I mean, there's an upper and lower, although my example is back 40,000 years.
Wow.
So humanity is pretty old,
I mean, this is almost like the beginning of just witchcraft in
Yeah.
general.
but we're not as old as like, some.
Anyways,
Yes,
yeah, so
yeah.
dates back to then. I don't know. When did it start being called white magic, would you say?
Well, an example of the 15th century, natural or white magic became discussed in high cultural circles, although the idea of spiritual being, such as the Fae, ran
That's
into
fairies.
fairies.
The Fae
Yeah,
folk.
okay. Tinkerbell. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what's a good spot for high cultural circles right now
What?
is that refinery39.com place.
Refinery 29?
Refinery 29. Yeah, like they had this article about just some rebranding of witchcraft or something. But yeah, like that's a pretty good place for high cultural articles right now. in modern times anyway.
Yeah. All right.
Go on, Max. Sorry.
Certainly. But in the high cultural circles, although they, cycled those types of ideas, the ideas of spiritual being were, by and large, by society, ran into the ditch by popular ideas like the Age of Enlightenment, which took on a more scientific reasoning to everything. Like, okay,
How much more scientific do you think it is?
They were pretty scientific by the 15th century. I mean, Galileo was rebuked.
Oh, come on. They were
not
all
as a
watching
crackpot, but as a,
Shakespeare or
genius.
something, right?
Yeah.
All into him. He was like the Michael Jackson of his time.
Yeah, he was like the Bill Maher of his time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like the Bob Odenkirk of his time.
No, yeah, like just comedy snob. Yeah, exactly.
I wonder what the Monty Python of Shakespeare's time
I don't know.
would
That's
be.
a good question. I mean, someone had to be doing an abridged series back then, right?
Yeah, Shakespeare abridged.
But like not
Othello
not
abridged.
but not actually
Lots of
Shakespeare
high-pitched
abridged,
voices
'cause
and
that's-
Punch and Judy type stuff.
Well, where do you think they got the idea for Shakespeare abridged? Just because someone did that back during Shakespeare's time,
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yes,
and you do it in secret. It was bootlegged. Basically,
you needed a couple funny looking puppets and like
Yeah.
you had to do a
They had to whack each
you had
other
to
with sticks.
Stupid voice, have a dead cat hanging from a string or something.
Maybe a small person.
Oh, that was a big hit. The dead cat on a string.
Oh my
back
god,
then.
yeah, that like it
Popular
actually, you know
children's character.
what? Still works to this day. I've seen it work to this day.
Just like the old stick and hoop.
Or like our friend's video.
yeah, exactly.
Is it,
yeah,
if you check on Vimeo, it's called, what is it called?
oh god, the title is
It's something to. Oh!
God
It's on
damn
the
it,
tip of my
Gummo
tongue.
2.
Gummo 2. If you typed into Vimeo, I don't know. It's probably taken down.
Back
by
to
now.
history, though.
Okay.
The Age of Enlightenment was categorized, of course, as I said, scientific reasoning, and also the birth of Republican democracy in North America and Western Europe, as well as religious tolerances to new types of Christianity. So they were just collectively saying, we're going to brush this under the rug so we don't have to remember it. No Odin.
So it had a
Freya,
little.
no fairies.
Well, the white magic stuff, so it had a little splash back then. That's when it started.
It kinda
and
did, yeah.
They tried to wipe it out with their new scientific.
With their new
notions.
societal rebranding.
Yeah. Okay. But when did it come back?
It's like the age of conquest of like conquering nations.
Where did the white magic go?
The
When is
white
it coming
magic.
back? Well, them-
I don't know what you're talking about.
Then
I'm
will the
chopping my
scientists
material up nice and thin here.
Okay,
But
that's
here
fine.
we go. Here we go.
We're padding the show, Max.
All right.
We are padding the show.
In his 2009 book, Magic and Alchemy, Robert M. Place says the effectively all prehistoric shamanism, blah, blah, blah. So basically, it turns into our idea of modern magic as being white or black, curing illnesses and injury, divining the future, or interpreting dreams,
Doing good stuff.
finding lost items, appeasing spirits, controlling the weather, although Geico already does that, and harvesting,
that.
praying for a good harvest, generating good luck and well-being for you and those around you. So basically, as the antithesis of...
But generating good luck for those around you, aren't you just going to...
it's changed a lot over the years.
Kind of ride the residual effects of that without having to seem...
Like seeing a miracle and saying, oh, God did that or something.
Well, no. Well, I think my point being like to say well, white magic is great because it enriches those around you. But because you've been doing so much white magic, everyone super likes you. So their enrichment benefits you directly.
It's the popular magic.
And it's just it's the popular man's magic. It's the likable guy.
Fashion club.
So
Yeah.
Gareth Knight, he published that book, History of White Magic, in '78. So he was the guy, one of the more recent people to coin the term, or at least try and capture the essence of the movement.
That's history.
Yeah. All right, that's history for you.
That's history.
Yeah, now I'm just kind of
Wikipedia.
talking about white magic in general,
Well, we didn't really have a field trip or anything or a project this week.
Yeah, well, I did something.
Well, that you can talk,
I'll go
we
into
can
it.
talk about that for sure.
Yeah, and I think that actually we, in all of our practices, we've probably done something these past month that was white magic oriented, right?
It feels like it, I guess.
I took the garbage out down a really steep hill for my folks up in Placer County.
There you go. That's a
That
perfect
was a little
example.
white magic, kind of like the whole physical
I gave a
action
fella a beer.
thing.
Yeah,
Right by you, man. Right by you.
and you imbued it with energy. You shot what's your energy colored? What's the color of your? It's like, what's the color of your parachute? What's the color of your energy?
I don't know.
Orange?
No.
I'm sorry. Thought you didn't know. What is the color?
It's
You
colorless.
can't reveal it.
No, not right now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
They
Man-
might be listening.
All right,
Mankind has not seen this color for over 1,000 years.
I don't want to give any of
No, I'm
wizard
just saying, if
secrets
he
out.
knows what color I'm using, then he'll know where he's deflecting things.
Yeah, well, that's
Ew.
kind of black
From.
magic.
Right. Well, I got a lot of irons in the fire. I got a lot of irons in the fire.
I'm thinking of switching alignments, from the dark to the light. Actually, I already have started doing that, and it really helped me out a lot.
I try
Going more in that direction.
I try
think
and
that'll-
lean towards white unless there's something that absolutely has to happen, for me to think, that I'm happy,
Yeah, it could be considered. Maybe you're a little gray magic.
So like thinking you have like a mission
between.
and then pushing your spiritual power to the success of that mission.
You guys, there's no difference. It's a rebranding of the same thing. Someone who got caught doing magic one time a long, long time ago said, no, it's white magic. It'll help you too. And then the person went, well, if it'll help me too, okay.
Yeah, there's always been. I feel like
Then
with
People used to think that
then-
meteorites came from the ground, but they didn't know it came
Exactly.
from
And
heaven,
mhm.
And then, like, you might say, like, well, I try to have less ill will towards those I'm casting spells on and the type of magic spells that I am doing. Like, yeah, you get to that point where you see residual effects and you know what that kind of thing, results in. But rebrand all you want. You're still doing magic. It's all still considered the same thing.
So you think it's not right to really
But
just try and be?
No. It provided you're finished with whatever it was you were doing. But if if you've got some long-term spell that you're not done with, Like there says a lot. I think it says a lot more to see things through from start to finish than it does to suddenly change alignments because you weren't playing as well in that class all of a sudden.
Oh, damn. I don't know. I think that, just some alignments, I don't know, this one's seeming to me like a better choice in life.
Oh, no. And I will say that, future spells that I cast will definitely be made in that realm, but I have stuff I'm not done with yet.
You could flip it and reverse it. You could put on now I'm going to reverse it so all the good things happen back to whatever. I'm not saying what your spells are. I'm not trying to... I don't know. What do you think about it? You don't think so?
No, because it's more important. And here's the thing: you might have said it was white magic all the time. It just depends on who I was trying to help.
Yeah.
So that's it's weird. It could have been white magic all the time. I might have just been putting spells on a really shitty person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, no, we did have our curses episode and our summoning episode and all these sorts of things, and I think we took it from the black magic side, and now I think the white magic side is here, and it's making a splash with me because I think it's it really helps to be more.
I'll try and rehearse
thoughtful.
a white magic spell, and do that and learn that a little more. But I agree, I've been leaning a little more towards black.
Yeah. So here's the four. You want to hear
I'm going to tell you guys pretty much what I said before, which was I think, and I'm pretty sure it's the same exact stuff.
I like black coffee, no milk in it.
It just depends on how far back you pull the lens and what you look at and what elements you look at. So it's not
like we learned in our summoning episode. Sometimes the thing, old black magic, or things that you would think would be evil magic, summoning demons, have Christian origins.
Right.
The Keys of Solomon, the Lesser Keys of Solomon, where you have to call upon, different angels' names and God's name and stuff to whip these demons to do your Christian bidding or something.
Right.
Well, it's kind of selfish bidding, but be for things like to make it rain on Wednesday,
to make water into
toe.
wine, water into wine, or lead into gold, or any of that crazy stuff.
And clearly Solomon was like, well, everyone in the club, in the Templar Club, is all Christian and super into that right now. But I figured out all these mystical keys. I better rebrand it in a way that all my bros will go along with me on it.
Man.
So, once again, I feel like that, it's just like someone figures out the answers that are mystical and then suddenly has to justify it to themselves.
I'll bet you
pleasing to the culture.
They have to make it fit in their culture.
Solomon found them in a scroll in a cave, just like we're finding scroll caves and cave scrolls.
Yeah.
And trolls.
Mm-hmm.
And fairies.
What?
What's
Caves
the
and
worst
Trolls?
Thing?
That's my new RPG.
What's the worst thing this
module
could possibly make either of you guys? If you're doing magic and you're conducting these magical ways and doing these magical wizardly arts,
pulling upon an alternate dimension.
What is the worst thing that could make you as a mortal?
You just got to prepare your exiting chant. That's all.
It could make you a fool.
A fool? That's what you're afraid of? That's what you're afraid of.
Well,
you know what?
It could make you a dullard.
Wow. That's one of those things where, here we are doing this podcast, and you look around, and you're like, okay. So when you're like, well, if that's the thing you're afraid of, you've already done pretty much the most ambitious thing a person who is afraid of that could possibly do, which is put all your thoughts out there.
I'm not getting in Christian heaven.
If the worst thing that believing you're a wizard could make you is a dullard, and you're a person making a podcast about being a wizard, and in your mind, the worst thing isn't, well, it would make me evil. Well, it would mean I'm going to hell.
Well, make me a dull boy.
No, it would just make you seem kind of dumb, which If
I don't know.
that's
I
what
just
you're- but that's
honestly
what
I
I'm
like
saying.
the
If
word
that's what-
dullard.
If that's what you're afraid of, though, we've all three of us already seemed that way from the first episode that we made of this show.
And you know that
Because people go, only an idiot would believe that. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yeah.
So whether you're good or evil or not, like, that's just...
But you're really picking apart
Just
this
don't-
term I used out of the ether.
I can wrap this up in a few words.
Just
I wouldn't
like
worry
the
about
ether,
being
just
a-
like the ether. What's the worst thing that
It's
being a
interesting to
wizard
know
could be?
wizards.
Just don't deal yourself
No,
the
but-
Hierophant and the Eight of Wands.
Well, what's the worst
be good.
thing being a powerful wizard could make you?
I don't know, just completely consumed in yourself.
Corrupt, okay. You don't want to become corrupt.
Or just very self-centered and just self-serving.
Taken over by evil energy.
Okay. So that, but all right, but they already think that this is evil from the get-go. Like they've already...
You don't want to turn into a lich.
Possibly not. No, you definitely don't.
But if you're a good witch, then
Right, no,
lich.
we're not...
you get to party with all the girls at the fish lot.
That's what they say.
Not witch, lich.
Yeah, there's liches and witches. Don't get them confused.
All right, so what
You want to know some
you're
four
you're
the four laws
you're
of
not
white
afraid
magic?
You're not afraid of seeming dumb. This seems cool to you, which it does to me too. So we're not afraid of that.
Yeah.
We're not afraid. Are you afraid of being good or evil?
Evil.
You
yeah.
are afraid of becoming evil.
I pretend there's no...
Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to contribute to negativity that already exists in this world.
You know what? Here's the thing.
Yeah, it's not good for my health.
They're just living.
But what's a guy with any of our reach in the world have to contribute to good or evil in the world?
Oh, that's really...
Like, what difference do the things we want make on a grander scheme?
In order
of
to do
things?
that, you need to shape
Well, a
social
lot,
conscience.
because we only live in our own heads, our own consciousness.
Right.
You need to
It
manipulate
affects
social
we're
conscience
everything to ourselves.
in order
Right.
to do that.
So it's very important, you know?
So right, you're worried that you're worried that using magic to serve that is somehow making you evil.
No, not in general.
Okay.
I just mean using dark magic. It's,
Somebody asked
So,
me a
quote, unquote,
question.
and this goes back to the other thing I was asking earlier. So if light magic is benefiting everyone around you, but you've just been doing so much light magic that everyone likes you and it still benefits you,
Someone
the
asked me a
difference?
freaking question.
okay, man.
What's the difference then?
What is he talking about?
Sum it up in like a 1 or 2 sentence question, short.
All right. If everyone around you benefits from your light magic,
Okay.
but
If that happens.
you are in a position with those people for their benefits to also benefit you, what is the difference?
Oh, you're just...
How did you
you're
not just-
going about
How did you not
serving
just
yourself?
how did you not just cast a spell to benefit yourself?
If that is a true statement, then benefit must equal change.
Well, I think you're going about it in a more compassionate kind of way. You're doing it like, oh, I'm getting off on
I'm saying if
people
you're
getting off,
already so good, like you're saying that you can turn evil people into good people.
But I see your point, Andrew.
Yeah.
It's self-serving, yes, but it's at the expense.
I don't wanna save nobody.
But the,
I'm not trying to save nobody. I'm not going to become like a priest or any of that. So
you don't want to save anybody?
I believe man must
Even if
save
they're
himself.
drowning out there?
Man must save himself to some degree.
Why don't you start a cult?
Huh?
Become extremely concerned. Would you do that?
Would I start a cult?
Yeah.
That's your homework.
To
for
what
this
end?
week.
Yeah. Your wizard
Magical
homework.
To accomplish what?
Just to have people all obey your every command.
If it meant that, for their happiness and, public well-being, then yes, I would.
Yeah. I wonder, yeah, there's probably some good...
Are we all going to try to start cults for next week's episode? We're going to see how far
I might
our
start a
cults
group.
get.
I don't know about a.
I don't know. You
cult.
already have a lot of online
That's
followers.
kind of a branding
I
right
don't know.
there.
I don't have online followers.
Yes, you do. All the friends you talk to online. All your
The
brony
knights-
friends
the
online.
knights of the
Hold on,
round.
Let me look at my brony friends online. I got That's my sister, and then one. And
Your
that's
sister
Max's
and
sister.
Max's sister.
And then let me
Max's
think
sister.
here. Busy.
My sister is two people.
Hold on, wait, hold on. She's busy. No, my sister, and then your sister,
Oh, okay.
and then in busy,
Uh-huh.
and then
I can't.
Anyways, you could start a cult with them easily.
I don't think that's a cult. I don't think that's cult status.
No, it's
Oh, it's
even-
cult of
to
personality.
even have
though.
that
Don't
conversation.
say that.
To
Oh
even
my
have that
god.
to even have that conversation with them, we would have to take them out to brunch. First.
That is oh god, that's
We'd have to go to brunch, and we'd have
some
to get kind of
some
messed
Brody
up.
used that as his
We'd have to get kind of
Oh,
messed
okay.
up after brunch,
Name?
and then
Or his name?
like come
Look,
here,
there's no well, yeah. I mean, we can do the brunch. Well,
and then
oh
we
my
get messed
goodness,
up.
Yeah, I mean,
then
if you want to
it's a
do the
cult.
brunch thing,
There
we
you
can do
go.
that.
All right, here's the 4 laws of white magic from witchesthicket.com. The first law of white magic, live. By living each day as if it is your last means you're really living in the moment and your life is fulfilling in every way. Don't shake your head,
That's a very broad
Diamond.
statement.
You see any obstacles as opportunities, and you know how to use magic to make an even better outcome for yourself. Be able to look at yourself and make any appropriate changes that will help you become a better witch, and of course, the people around you will benefit also.
I do that all the time.
I-
That's a really
I always
quite
do
a-
I
that.
try to be endearing.
I do it all the time. I'm doing it right now.
live, and then there's love. Fill your
I
life
love you-
with
I
love.
love you
Do
guys.
anything
I
and
wanna-
everything with love in your heart.
I
You
want
create
to
a
fill her
spell.
with my love.
When you create a spell, think with love.
I want to fill her with my love.
Why? Because you are coming from the right source,
Yes.
i.e., love.
The left hand,
Oh, these all start with L. Live, love, learn.
the left.
Oh, wait,
pillow.
they're not all
The
L's.
left pillow hand.
Yeah, but the third one is learn. By learning everything and everything about the craft, learn more stuff. These are the 4 laws according to Witch's Thicket. The last one is enjoy. Enjoy your life as a great white witch. And this does not mean that you live your life in poverty. Rather, you
you know
enjoy
what?
the many benefits that you will reap from creating spells.
I feel like the message here is good, but somehow the marketing is missing its target with us right now. Like, we're reading this stuff off these sources, and we're just kind of like, it was obviously geared to a different audience besides us.
How about
but,
we do like a couple questions?
I don't know.
like
You
Drew.
have to spruce it up.
If you
somehow.
could
have
do
to have
any
some
spell-
opinions on things.
If
to
you could
make
do any spell,
interesting-
Drew, what would you do? White or black?
who says I'm not?
You're very defensive in this episode, Andrew. It's
Somebody knows the whole list.
Well, I've
Like,
well,
don't-
no. I said
don't ruin my.
No. As I said earlier, I've got some black magic spells going still. Most of my magic.
This is just
because
because it's all about that you feel bad about doing that.
No, I don't.
Otherwise, you wouldn't defend it so hard.
I don't feel bad about it.
Why should he have to defend it though?
Yeah, I wouldn't feel bad about it. I'm just saying I
Or insecure
finish
about
my
it.
work because I feel like you guys are both like, it's white magic time. We're turning this corner and there's no looking back.
No, that's me. I don't know if Max,
All
are you
right.
going to turn to that?
I don't believe in a white or dark.
You have to put the mic
White,
here.
white or dark. I believe. Yeah, they kind of have their hues and all that.
So are
but
we a perfect rainbow of
I'm
magic
saying.
right now?
I'm saying
From white to
mankind's
gray to
greatest.
dark?
Mankind's greatest mistake is thinking he can be perfect.
Yeah.
I'm saying I believe more in chaos.
Oh no, and I'll
I'm trying
be
to say is I'm
completely honest. I only do white magic spells because it's. Just
I believe-
Like, sometimes
I
you
believe
need
I'm in
to,
a canoe.
Sometimes you need to balance it out so other people around you benefit.
I'm
but
steering.
Yeah.
I'm
you're-
steering through it.
I'm not attacking you
canoe.
for that.
No,
I'm not
no.
saying that
I don't control the world.
this is
I don't feel attacked. I just.
I just control my canoe. That's all.
I just, I guess I think of my canoe as a much larger ship than it is sometimes.
Mhm.
That's all you can do.
Well, it's not. No, I think Max, you probably have a better perspective on it than I do.
Is Max the top wizard then?
Not ruling it out.
I'm more like visual, like seeing things or like influencing.
Want every episode to be better than the last one?
Yeah.
No, there's good episodes and bad ones.
All right. Well, anyways, this was our a brief overview of white magic and how we're applying that ourselves.
How have
Trying
you
to
guys
spread the
been?
love.
How has white magic helped you the last few weeks, you think?
It got me over a big funk. A terrible, terrible slump.
I think it helped me have a better outlook of, what'll happen next few years.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
My life is now filled with boundless love.
Yeah. And you get to see fairies.
And I do.
I see floaty things.
Also, aromatherapy.
Or spinning shapes sometimes.
All right. Yeah. So that's been our episode on white magic. It's brief. We're back. Yeah.
Next
So-
week, starting cults.
Yeah. Next week we'll have our new cult started.
Cults.
Next 2 weeks from
And
now.
if it's a cult, should I bring a buddy?
Yeah,
We
bring
should
your whole
bring
crew.
Bring as many members.
Do
of your
the
cult
do the
as
buddy
you
law
can.
at the co-op, right?
Oh yeah, the buddy law.
The buddy law. You
Yeah.
got to buy two big tall
Two
bottles
tall
of alcohol.
Man, that new co-op is so
God, it's nice.
nice.
So amazing.
Man, if you haven't been down to
I
the
think
new
I'm going to
co-op
go there
yet,
tomorrow
I
morning
have,
if you guys want to hang out.
Are you going to be in town tomorrow?
So, yeah, I'll be sleeping
I'll meet
somewhere.
you down at the co-op. I'm
Yeah.
usually down there right around 9 o'clock, 8:30
That'd be
ish.
fucking
Cash
awesome.
me outside the co-op.
Yeah, cash me outside the
Yes,
co-op.
yeah, you want to come at him?
Oh no, I'm going to be
He's
very
gonna be at work.
busy
You are?
working and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks for listening to this week's episode of Let's Just Be Wizards. Next week we will have an awesome new topic and wizard activity to cover. Please rate and review us on iTunes. It's super helpful to the show, and we will transmit the love back to you in a holistic way. Yeah, you could send us all your questions to let's just be wizards at gmail.com, or leave your suggestion in the comment section of iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, or whatever you listen to this on. Anyways, as always, I'm your host, Adam, and our quote for this week is, Andrew?
Whiz biz only, fools.
Pontificator of Terrors signing off.
Let's all